All right, welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive.
Always ready to unpack some intriguing matchups.
And today we've got a pretty interesting one. Sporting CP and Arsenal clashing in the Champions League.
Yeah, this one caught my eye too. Sporting CP with this awesome home winning streak, and Arsenal, well, they've been having a bit of trouble on the road.
Exactly. So, on paper at least, Sporting CP look like the favorites going into this match. Especially at home, right? 9-game winning streak at home. That's pretty intimidating.
It is, yeah. And then Arsenal goes and turns the tables completely. They snagged a win, and a pretty decisive one at that.
5-1, yeah. Didn't see that coming. So let's rewind a bit. How did Arsenal pull off such a dominant win on Sporting CP's home turf?
Well, I think a big part of it was Arsenal just coming out of the gates so strong.
Yeah, they were on fire from the start, weren't they?
They really were. I mean, you'd expect the home team to set the tempo, leverage that home advantage.
Especially with that winning streak they had going.
Absolutely. But Arsenal just had this different energy. They completely disrupted Sporting CP's game plan.
They stole the show right from kickoff, basically.
Yeah, and you see it perfectly in those first 2 goals.
From Martinelli and Saka.
Yeah, exactly. Those weren't just lucky breaks or anything. It was those slick passing moves, that speed, that precision. Like, they had practiced that exact sequence 1,000 times.
Textbook Arsenal, as some might say.
Totally.
Yeah,
it was classic. And you have to give credit to their high press, too. It was suffocating for Sporting CP. It just forced them into making these errors that Arsenal then capitalized on.
So really, Arsenal kind of made their own luck in a way.
In a way, yeah. But, even with Arsenal dominating, Sporting CP had their moments. Early in the second half, they managed to get on the board.
Inacio with a goal from a corner, right?
Yeah, fantastic header. That goal wasn't just a consolation prize either. It actually marked a pretty impressive stat. 56 consecutive home games where Sporting CP has scored. That's crazy consistent, even when they're up against a tough opponent like Arsenal.
56 straight games. Wow. Talk about a home field advantage.
Right. It's clear that Sporting CP knows how to make their home turf work for them.
But even with that goal, you're right, it didn't really shake Arsenal. I mean, they were awarded that penalty shortly after when Diomande brought down Ødegaard in the box.
Yeah, some people argued it was a soft penalty, a bit of a dive, maybe.
Yeah, I saw those comments online.
But honestly, when I watched the replay, it was just a clumsy challenge. Diomande just didn't need to make that tackle. And Saka, cool as a cucumber, slots it right in the back of the net.
He's got ice in his veins, that Saka.
He really does. Such a clutch player, especially at his age. But, credit to Sporting CP. Even after that penalty, they didn't just give up.
Yeah, I was going to say, they kept fighting. Players like Hjulmand and Trincão really tried to push forward.
They did, yeah. But Arsenal's defense was just too organized, too disciplined. Sporting CP just couldn't find a way to break through.
And then in the final minutes of the game, Trossard comes in and seals the deal with that header, right? 5-1.
Bang! Game over. That goal really highlighted Arsenal's depth, Even with substitutes coming in, they were still relentless in attack.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to mention Victor Gyökeres, though. Almost got one back for Sporting CP near the end there.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. That was a great attempt. And a fantastic save from David Raya. So yeah, even in the closing minutes, you could see Sporting CP fighting back. And, Arsenal proving their strength at the back, too.
It wasn't just a win, it was a total statement win, wasn't it?
Totally.
Especially because it snapped Arsenal's 5-game winless streak in away Champions League matches.
Big time. And on top of that, it extended their unbeaten run against Sporting CP to a whopping 7 games.
7 games undefeated. That's a pretty clear message.
It is. And I think it really tells us where these two teams are right now. Arsenal is on the rise. They're showing consistency, and they're starting to look like a real force in Europe.
And Sporting CP, well, they took a hit here, but they're clearly not backing down.
Not at all. And, you got to factor in the recent managerial change at Sporting CP. Makes you wonder, right?
It does. Could that unexpected loss be because the team is still finding their footing with the new manager?
That's a good question.
It really raises a bigger question about how much team dynamics, the whole atmosphere and leadership, how much those things impact performance. I mean, obviously talent and individual skill are super important, but maybe there's more to it than that.
Yeah, I think that's something worth considering for sure. It's something we always talk about, the whole being greater than the sum of its parts idea.
Exactly. So for all you football fanatics out there, something to ponder. How much does team chemistry influence success on the field? Let us know what you think.
We always love hearing your theories.
That's it for our deep dive today.
See you next time.
See ya.